welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make another granny square bag. I may be annoying with granny squares, but I love granny squares. They're very versatile. You can use them to make anything, literally anything. And because they're usually not that big, you don't feel the time passing as you make them. It's kind of like, it feels like it goes quickly. It doesn't. It still takes about like 5 hours, let's say, give it a take, to make this bag, depending on how fast you crochet and depending on if you know what you want to do or how to do it. So I'm going to show you how I made it, what to do to save you time on planning, and plus I'm going to show you how to make the lining for the bag. So if you have any crochet bags that are not lined, you know what I'm talking about. These bags will stretch very quickly, especially the strap. It will stretch. You need to have a strap that is non-stretch strap. I made one video about how to make the strap that looks pretty and it does not stretch. So if you wish, you can find that in my videos on my channel. And also you want the bag itself not to be stretchy because you want to put stuff in it, right? I mean, that's the reason why we have bags. So I have small bags, but I don't really use them because I love having a lot of things. And with that, obviously, I need to have more space. And also when I go about the town, I have purchases to make, and when I make those purchases, I don't want to be carrying bags around me. I just hate that. I need my hands to be free. So I put everything in the bag. And plus I'm tall, I need a big bag. Long story short, the life of your bag will be extended if the bag has a lining. So, and it will look prettier and it will be safer for you to use it. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Disregard the mess that's behind me. This is the constant state of my crafting room. I don't know how people who make stuff, I don't know how they actually manage to have their spaces clean and tidy and all pretty. But anyway, this is not my apartment, so I cannot really do any kind of modifications that I wish to do. And I don't want to invest money into something that I'm eventually going to throw away. If you have any idea on how to keep a space clean and tidy, please let me know. I mean, it is clean, but it's not tidy. So yeah, that's about it. If you need tutorial for this type of granny square, I have it in my videos. It's one of the recent ones. I will try to link it somewhere above. And you will need 3 granny squares. The size of them is totally up to you. Do you want a big bag? Do you want a small bag? The smaller the bag, you will actually need to add a piece of like cloth or something, or make a triangular piece, like a granny triangle. I don't know what to call it. It does not sound good. Anyway, you will need something so that the bag is not too shallow. I'm using 3mm hook, and I'm using Abuelita yarn, which is cotton yarn. It's lightweight. The quality is okay. Is it something amazing? Probably could be better, but it is good yarn. It has proven to be really good. So to put the squares together, you will first make a slip knot because that's easier way. And then you are just going to try to go along like as if you're sewing. Of course, there are different ways of joining granny squares. I have a few videos on that as well. And if you wish to find, they are somewhere very deep. Just kidding. There is a short video of how to do it differently, but I wanted to have a little bit of texture. So this is why I'm adding it this way, because when you're doing these single crochets, it creates a very nice effect on top. It gives a little bit of more texture to the bag, and it really does give nice separation, visual separation, because of the different color. But if you don't want that separation to exist, then use the same color thread, and don't do single crochets, but try to find a video that I have. It's a short. I posted it like about 2 weeks ago, 3 maybe. And you are going to be catching one thread on each side and adding the working yarn. So when you reach the corner, so you saw how you need to position the granny squares in order to create this bag. When you reach the corner, please crochet 1 to make it as a turning chain, or you can like not make the chain, but you can actually do an extra single crochet. So when you reach the other side of these 2 granny squares, you're going to add the third one, and you're just going to continue crocheting in the same way, joining them together. It's not a difficult task, and honestly there are various ways you can do this. This is the easiest way, and I think it's the prettiest. As you can see, this is what you have, like a giant triangle. And now I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to add the third granny square, and I'm just going to continue working again in circle. That's it. No, not space science, not rocket science. Space science, what was that? Anyway, yeah, the bigger the granny squares are, the bigger your bag will be. If you want to have it as a tote that you can carry when you go to the market or when you go shopping, and you are just like me and you don't want to have anything in your hands, you want them to be free, this is a perfect bag because it looks great and it's very spacious. You can fit a lot of things in here. So I put them together, and now I'm going to go all around all of the free parts of the granny squares. I'm going to go around with single crochet to create like a border, because this is also going to give more stability to the project. And you can of course opt to go with half double crochets or whatever. I chose single crochets to just go with the style of the bag and to match the way that I joined granny squares. So again, when you reach the corner, add chain of 1 or add more single crochets. I personally added a chain as far as I remember. I'm just now trying to remember that. But anyway, when I'm making things like this, I do not make like a pattern in my head. So I cannot tell you exactly. So I chained 2 and went into that same chain space and then continued. So I did practically as if I was working the granny square. This creates nice little corner. So as I was saying, when I'm making these things, I do not make patterns. I have a basic idea in my mind. I make a drawing, and then during the work, I decide if I'm going to keep it the way it is or change some things. So in this section, I was trying different ways to put together the center of all 3 granny squares. And I found that the best way was to just do like a decrease. So you are going to try to make single crochet, but instead of finishing it, you're going to catch the next chain space, and it's going to kind of cinch them in. And this is what we want, because you don't want your bag to flare up at the top. You want it to go a little bit slanting towards the center. Okay, now I'm adding straps. There is a video on how I crochet this particular strap. and how to make straps that are not stretchy. At this point, the strap is still stretchy, but you will see what I do to what I add so that the strap does not become stretched out, and I don't like that. Then the bag does not look good. Anyway, I'm using, I could sew this in with a needle and thread. You can absolutely do that, but I prefer to do it with the yarn because it makes it stronger. Yarn is it's not easy. And honestly, even if you try, I don't think you will be able to actually cut it by pulling it. It's not going to break no matter how much you pull it. So this is the best way. Once you do the front part, you will also need to join it on the inside. It's going to look better. It's going to give it, again, more stability, depending on how much you have left. But make sure that you have about like in between half an inch to an inch of extra space. Yeah, this is me crocheting. I usually sit in the bed, but I did not want to record that. That would have been a little bit inappropriate. And right here, this is when I attached the strap. I was trying it out to see if it was too long, if the strap was too long, if it needed some adjustments, how the bag felt, if I needed to change anything. There are a lot of things we can change at this point without destroying the project. And I liked it, just that I wanted the strap to be shorter. And this is what I did. I grabbed it in my fingers, and then I placed a little marker in order to make a little bow. It turned out very cute. You will see in a minute. So make sure that the bag fits and that you're happy with the design and everything else before you continue with inserting the lining. And right here, I made the lining off camera. I'm going to try to insert the video of that after this. So make sure that the lining is bigger than the bag. This is going to ensure that your bag does not twist or bulk up when you wear it. Because if you make it too small, it's not going to look good. It's going to make your bag uneven. So make sure that it's slightly larger than your bag and just insert it. And then there are various ways you can do this. I prefer to use bias tape, or I love to use this tape, which is cotton twill tape or something. I'm not really sure what this is called. I got this when I purchased a bed linen from H&M, and I loved these. I kept these straps because I knew I was going to need them, and they turned out to be very good quality as well. So I use them especially when I make bags and for the straps and to do the lining. So sometimes when the bag is not in a straight line, like this one is not, it's in a V shape, the front and the back. It's not easy to maneuver the lining to fit perfectly and properly. So using bias tape is actually very, very simple and makes it so much easier, because you are going to practically not even have to fold the edge of the lining. You just need to add the strap on top and sew it in. That's it. It's really easy. You can sew it by hand, or you can sew it by the machine using the sewing machine, obviously. So this time I used sewing machine because it was it was a time saver, to be honest. And since all of this is quite soft and airy, the machine did not have any problems catching all of this. And my machine is not like some advanced sewing machine. It's a regular Brother machine. Maybe it's better than the basic one, but it is. So right here, I figured out that the corners were a little bit too thick, so I did fold them, but this is not going to interfere with your lining in any way if this happens. So just fold it so to make it neat and tidy and clean and fit everything perfectly. And always use the safety pins and the needles and markers, whatever you need. Secure this before sewing because it's going to save you a lot of time and a lot of patience.
Okay, so
and this is the final product. This is what the bag looks like, and there was a lot of stitching. As I said, I use a sewing machine, and because I want my project to last, and I also added lining because of that. I don't want the bag to stretch, and because it's a waste of time and resources based on money. And this is my favorite part. There are little hearts on the side, on both sides, and when you look from the top, it's a little bow. How cute is that? I love it. Anyway, thank you for watching. In the next part, I'm gonna show you what it looks like on me. So stay tuned. Meow. It's messy. I'm trying to clean up. I'm trying to tidy up. I'm making other projects. I'm a mess. Ta-da! So the bag itself is great. It's spacious. That's what I like. One of the things that I think I will add is a magnet clasp right in the middle. Another thing that I was thinking of doing was adding a triangular, like a granny triangle, like in the middle on both sides. And I'm not sure, I may do it. However, the thing is, I cannot tell you exactly how many balls of yarn I used because I had a few panels because I was making a top and then I decided, why am I making this? I'm not gonna wear it. So then I decided to use those squares that I had and continue crocheting until I made the bag. I love big bags. So this big bag will fit a lot of things. Another thing I was contemplating doing was creating the edge like this. And that would have been really cool. But that would have made my bag a little bit smaller, a little bit shallower. And I did not want that. So I decided to keep it this way. Still my favorite part are these little hearts. And yeah, that's it. If you enjoyed this video, please comment, like, subscribe, and share. Let me know what you think of the bag. Let me know what you think I could have done differently. Also, let me know what you would like me to make in the future. And that's it. Once again, thank you, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.